So Krishna is the leader of all living entities, as Shukadeva Goswami hereby is describing. Krishna is the leader. Prabhupada used to say, we do not belong to this political party or that party. We just belong to Krishna's party. Why? Because Krishna is the leader of all living entities. And wherever there is Krishna and Arjuna, there is bound to be victory. So, once we acknowledge that Krishna is the leader of all living entities, then we automatically take shelter of Krishna. And one who takes shelter of Krishna is guaranteed. Kaunteya pratijani name bhakta pranashyati. One who takes shelter of me will definitely realize freedom from the cycle of birth and death. So Krishna is the leader of all living entities, and this should never be forgotten. Unfortunately, in the material world, in material existence, we all tend to associate with a leader. Let's say, the Prime Minister of this country. Everybody wants to get friendly with the Prime Minister. Then, even amongst the different countries on this planet, there's some countries that are more powerful than others. So everyone wants to get friendly with those who are more powerful, isn't it? The goal is to associate with a leader. And if one becomes a leader, everyone wants to take credit. Everyone says, oh, I gave him this, I helped him this, so he's become a leader. Just like Prabhupada's been so successful, so we've met hundreds of people who all claim credit for Prabhupada's success. So there is a tendency in the material world to associate with a leader. So why not associate with a real leader? That is Krishna. Shukadeva Goswami has very clearly stated, he is the leader of all living entities. So being a leader means we follow his path. You can't accept a leader and not follow his direction. The leader's direction has to be followed. In other words, what Krishna is saying in the revealed scriptures, it has to be followed. So Krishna is the leader of all living entities and the controller of all intelligence. In other words, the source of our intelligence and forgetfulness is also Krishna. This is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita where the Lord says, Sarvasya chaham hirdi sani vishto mataha smritir jnanam apahanam cha, that I am the source of intelligence and I am the source of forgetfulness. This may sound a little baffling as to why would the Supreme Lord give one the intelligence to criticize him? Why would the Supreme Lord give one the intelligence to declare that God is dead? Normally this is within your power. You don't want to give the other person the freedom to criticize you, isn't it? But why has the Supreme Lord given this freedom? Because he is a source of intelligence and forgetfulness. So the ability to criticize the Supreme Lord is also coming from the Supreme Lord. And the answer lies in the fact that Krishna has given each of us intelligent freedom. And the freedom is that we decide whether we want to worship him or not. Just like in the 7th verse of the 2nd chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna pleaded complete confusion. And hence Krishna started imparting the philosophy of the Bhagavad Gita. And in the 18th chapter, Krishna questioned Arjuna if his illusion was now gone. And when Arjuna said, yes, my illusion is now gone, Krishna said, now you may do as you like. In other words, the Supreme Lord wants voluntary service. Therefore, Prabhupada used to very often say that our movement is based upon voluntary devotional service. One of the characteristics of devotional service is that it is very rarely awarded, because through the medium of devotional service, one can order Krishna around, and nobody wants to be ordered around. But through the medium of devotional service, you can get to the stage of ordering Krishna around. You can get to the stage of purchasing Krishna. Therefore, Rupa Goswami has stated that Krishna devotional service is very rarely awarded. So, the point to understand is that if we voluntarily desire to serve Krishna, then Krishna will give us the necessary intelligence. And if we desire to forget him, then also the necessary facility will be created. Why is it that only a handful of people have come to Krishna consciousness? Why? There's so many religious organizations, there's no shortage of them. In fact, this is being accepted as the easiest process of making money all over the world today. So why is it that not everybody is coming to Krishna consciousness? Because the majority of the people who claim to seek spiritual path are not interested in genuine spiritual life. Therefore, Krishna within the heart as the Paramatma is not guiding them to the right source. But when Krishna as the Paramatma sees that the individual has a sincere desire, then regardless of the location of one's birth or regardless of the faith in which one may be born, Krishna guides the individual to the right path. The real test of religion is the extent to which it enables us to develop love of God and give up sinful activities. Phalena parichet. This is the real test of religion. So, Krishna is the controller of all intelligence. And when Krishna sees that we have the desire to worship Him, when Krishna sees that we have the desire to surrender unto Him, then Krishna reciprocates, ye yatamam prapadyanti. All of them as they surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. So the degree to which Krishna takes control of the devotee is based upon the extent to which the devotee on a voluntary basis wants to surrender to the Lord. It should never be forgotten that surrender to Krishna is voluntary. It is not that Krishna is going to force one to surrender, but if, of course, when Krishna sees that the devotee is sincere in serving him, then Krishna may take away everything from the devotee.